Okay, so this type of ulcer, as I said, we have the Amasamai Hospital was specially made for treating these conditions, but nowadays is getting out of the system. So other wards have been built, so it's now a hospital. It's not for treating only this condition. So it's a bacteria that is identified, but the cause is not really understood. But some people conducted researches, right, and then it came out that we said that the mode of transmission is not known, but the mode of transmission to humans remain unknown, but it is linked to areas with proximity to slow-moving or stagnant bodies of water, right? So they didn't really identify a specific cause, probably attributing it to bathing in the water or whatever. But what the researchers was able to come out with is that people who had those conditions are living in areas where there are stagnant waters all around, right? So, but the main cause that has been identified is this bacteria, which is known as the Mycobacterium ulcerans. Most of the time, with those who have gotten the condition before, it is said that it starts as a nodule, right? So something like a small swelling, and then they will not take it serious, and then it will break, right, and open, and gradually will be eating into the skin, so it becomes very deep. Sometimes it can eat deep, bypass just like the bed sores. So it can bypass the epidermis, the dermis, the subcutaneous, sometimes the muscles, and sometimes it removes the whole skin, exposing the bones. So I've seen people who have this condition whose limbs have been amputated because they didn't take it serious initially, and then before they were brought to the hospital, the condition has become complicated, and then it can lead to where we have to amputate that part. So there's another ulcer, the last one, which is also known as the tropical ulcer. Tropical ulcer. So with the tropical ulcer, it is an acute to chronic skin infection seen in remote tropical areas that often occur in clusters. This infection is mainly seen in children, but can also occur in young adults. And the lesions develop as small, painful, or itchy nodule on the feet or lower legs. So just like the first ulcer that we talked about, sometimes we have these tropical ulcers also occur in the tropics, right? Nowadays, we don't see most of it as in the olden days, right? But it starts as a painful nodule or just a small swelling. That is how these ulcers start. And then gradually it will be eating deep into the skin. This is also associated with a bacteria, and the name of the bacteria that causes it is called Fusobacterium ulcerans. Fusobacterium ulcerans. Right, so all these organisms can cause a break in the skin because it started with wound, and then that wound, if not treated, can eat deep into the skin and form ulcers. Right, so how will we know that somebody is developing this ulcer that we are talking about? Most of the time it's painful, right? So the person will report pain at the site. And then secondly, there is a blister formation. So as I've explained, there is a swelling with fluid collection in it. And then if you check the temperature of the person, most of the time the temperature is high. And then we said that it normally occurs at the lower extremities. So most of the time the lymph nodes at the inguinal region become swollen. Right, so there will be inguinal lymph adenitis, and then the blister also ruptures. Right, so after about 2 days, the blister will rupture, and then if it ruptures, sometimes there is a fluid, a yellowish fluid that comes out, and then it's foul smelling. It has a bad smell, and then gradually, if not treated, it starts eating deep into the skin to form the ulcer that we are talking about. So it means that most of the time, if we are educating patients, we have to tell them that once they see any swelling or any, as it starts developing, they should not be in the house and then treat it with herbs, but they should come to the hospital as early as possible so that this form of conditions are treated early to prevent the ulcer from occurring. Because most of the time, people come to the hospital at the later stage when the ulcer has eaten very deep into the skin, when you can't do anything about it, right? So sometimes if they come to the hospital and then infection have set in, most of the time we do what we call wound debridement. Because if it is not that deep where we have to amputate the limb, then we can treat it by debriding the wound. And debridement is simply the removal of dead tissues on the wound, right? So we remove dead tissues from the wound. There are several forms of debridement. There are about 3 of them. The first one is known as autolytic debridement. The second one is known as mechanical debridement. And then the last one is known as surgical debridement. With the autolytic debridement, you don't have to do anything about it, right? The body can eat the excess cells that are formed by the process known as apoptosis, right? So it's just, and then sometimes through the process of inflammation, the body is able to remove the debris from the wound, and that is what auto means self, and the lytic is breaking down. So there is the body's own mechanism to break down some of the debris from the wound. The mechanical debridement is done in 2 ways, right? Sometimes the dead tissues is such that you can't remove it. When you try removing it, the patient starts to bleed. So you have to put dressing on it, but make sure the dressing is wet. When the dressing is wet, the next time you open the wound, they try to remove it by itself, right? So this is a form of mechanical debridement. Or sometimes you have to, when dressing, you have to scratch it well to help to remove. So with the gauze that you are using to dress, you use it to scratch to remove the dead tissue. So this type of debridement is what we term as mechanical debridement. And the last one is surgical debridement, where sometimes some patients, depending on how severe it is, they are even taken to the theater, and surgical instruments are used to remove the dead tissue. Sometimes it can also be done in the treatment room where you use surgical blade. Because those dead tissues can prevent the wound from healing. So you have to get the dead tissue off the wound so that the wound will heal. And the process of doing that is known as surgical debridement. There's a last one which I didn't talk about, known as biochemical or chemical debridement. So there are some drugs or solutions that are made to help remove dead tissues from the body to promote wound healing. One of them is known as hydrogen peroxide. And I know you know this. Since you are working, you are all working, I know you know this drug already. If you don't know it, when you go to your various hospitals, you can go and ask from the pharmacy what hydrogen peroxide look like. So hydrogen peroxide is also put on the wound to help to remove the dead tissue. So these are done to remove dead tissues to promote wound healing. So in our next lectures, we are going to talk about burns, right? We are going to talk about burns. Today I will not give any assignments. I will not give any assignment today, but I know that after we treat burns, you get another assignment. If you have any question, you can paste in the WhatsApp group, and then I will address it. Thank you very much.